Hey guys, I wanted to throw some theory and some ideas I've been having at you guys because it's something I've really been thinking a lot about. And the purpose of this video is to answer the question that I always seem to struggle with of will it work? I've been struggling with this concept for a really long time. How do you know if an attack is going to work? And one of the things that I've kind of realized is that there's usually anywhere from 2 to like 6 different parts of an attack, and if any one of those parts goes wrong, the attack in whole won't work. So you can't just look at an attack and say this attack isn't going to work flat out. You need to look at the attack and say this part of the attack isn't going to work, which is going to make the rest of the attack not work. Or I mean, obviously, if it's a horrible attack, like if I'm going to use 250 housing space with the Giants, you can say that's not going to work. But this concept of looking at the stages of an attack and evaluating those actually makes it simpler. Because when you look at the big picture of the base and when you look at everything that's going on, it's too easy to get lost in it all and know exactly what's going to happen. But if you look at the individual little parts of the attack, you can kind of have a gut feeling about what's going to happen. And so the different stages of the attack are like, okay, getting the clan castle full, getting the clan castle kill, getting the archer queen kill, and then hogging the base. So, and that's a typical hog attack. There's 4 stages to it, in standard form hog type of attack style. And you know, like a Golaloon attack, there's, say, getting the clan castle full, killing the clan castle, getting the air defense and archer queen killed, and then there's the loon. So there's like 5 stages to a Golaloon attack. Each different attack style has these different stages to it. And what I've been working on is a method for evaluating each of these stages and being able to figure out if it's going to work, if it's going to fail, if you're going to have success. Because obviously, I haven't been doing too hot lately. We clobbered those weak bases because they were weaker and our troops were just awesomer than their weaker bases. But we're getting a taste of guys that have good bases, max defenses, pretty decent base designs, and they kind of showed us in this last war, even let's say they are X-modding, they were able to 3-star our bases with like level 7 and level 8 heroes, our maxed out bases. Just wow. I mean, it really says that if you're good and if you know strategy in this game, it doesn't matter what you have at your disposal, you can get stuff done. So that's kind of what I'm striving for. I'm taking that and I'm using it as my motivation to get better with this. And I'm sorry for going off topic. Back to the issue at hand. So here's what you have on offense, and here's what you're against. You have 250 housing space, you have 4 spells, and you have your heroes. The defense has 29 defenses, 30 troops, they're heroes, you have 30 minutes to destroy their base, and you have traps. If you have stuff left over after accomplishing all those and enough time, you will get the 3-star. So, if you look at this as an equation, the goal is to make this side have more than this other side. So, I don't know how to calculate the value of spells and heroes. It seems like it changes in every stage and every part of the attack. I don't know how to calculate the value of their clan castle troops, of their heroes, and of the 3 minutes, of the traps. I don't know how to set those equal to each other. I can't say one spell is worth a clan castle. I can't say that. I can say that it seems like 250 troops are worth 29 defenses. I feel like those are equal or close to equal. Heroes on the offense are worth more than heroes on the defense because heroes on the offense have they have their abilities, and yeah, so going off of this concept of 250 housing space is worth 29 defenses, that means that one troop is worth 0.4% of, or one troop is 0.4% of the entire army. So let's compare that to one defense, which is 3.4% of the total defenses. A comparable thing is that 10 troops is approximately worth 1 defense. So when and that's a pretty easy thing to remember. So when you're looking at this, you don't want to use more than, say, 3 hogs, or okay, 2 hogs. You don't want to use more than 2 hogs to take out a defense. Otherwise, the defense is coming out ahead. As far as efficiency standpoint of just troops equaling defenses, troops is coming out, or defenses is coming out ahead. And so what this means is if I'm going to throw 3 golems right down this gut with my heroes, some wizards, and some wall breakers, I need to get a certain amount of investment out of. I need to get results out of my investment. It needs to perform. So in this attack, I use 3 golems, 90 housing space, and then 4 wizards and 2 wall breakers. That's another 20 housing space. We're at 110 housing space. So that means I need to kill approximately 13 defenses. I'm also using 2 spells and my heroes. So once again, hard to calculate the value of spells and heroes, but that's approximately almost all of this. So I really should be knocking out a lot of that. I should be knocking out the heroes, I should be knocking out the traps, I should be knocking out the clan castle. This part actually is equal. These set out pretty equally. I have 2 spells left over, and I eliminate almost all of these things. But where the great inefficiency is my wizards and my wall breakers and my golems do not get anywhere near 13 defenses. Right from the get-go, I should have looked at that and said, if I send 110 housing space right down this gut, am I going to get 13 defenses? Am I going to get, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a Tesla here, 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. Best case scenario, I'm looking at 10. If I clear out this whole section, and that's pretty much what's hard about that, why that's not going to happen, is my golems are going to melt fast. There's a lot of point defense there. And there's a clan castle pounding on my golems. And the only thing that's really speeding the development along, taking out the defenses, is my heroes and 4 wizards that die rather quickly. So you can't just, you can't know for sure how many defenses they're going to get, but you can look at the situation and say, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to get 13 defenses, and I need to be better than 13 defenses in order for it to be worth it. It's not going to happen. Yes, my spells, my heroes will knock out these things and set those equal, but from a defensive to troop standpoint, it's not going to happen. And what that means is that my remaining 140 housing space has to get more than 17 defenses. My hogs with 2 spells basically have to get, where's my stupid draw thing? They have to get this whole rest of the section of the base. And that's just not feasible with only half an army. I'm taking out 1/4 of the base for half an army. It's just not realistic. And actually, in reality, I would have guessed that I would have gotten all this, but these storages kind of hindered everything. I would have guessed that I would have gotten all this, but I actually only even got, okay, that's not quite accurate. Let's trash that. I got something like this. That's pretty much what I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got like 8 defenses. That was a really bad investment. And the heroes, but we already covered those set things easily. So, yeah, when you're looking at a base, I really like this concept of efficiency and looking at the stages of an attack. It seems to make sense. It seems to be a way where I can go in and I can get a gut feeling on a little part of the attack, and I don't know. Yeah, I think this is important. I think we can build on this. I think there's got to be. I'm gonna cut off this last part of this. No, I'm not. I'm frustrated because we've all been working hard. We've all been doing really well, and it'd be nice if I feel like we deserve to win this, and I feel like we've put in the effort to get it, and I really want to see it happen. So I'm looking at different ways why we're not succeeding. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, make sense of what this game seems to me is chaos. And yeah. What I guess the point of this video is I think this is a good way of looking at troops as investments and saying, what am I going to get out of my investment of 15 troops? Am I going to get a defense and the clan castle pole? If I add another troop and make it 20 housing space, will I get a defense and the clan castle pole? That makes it more worth it all of a sudden. Good job, Terry. Good job, man. There's just got to be something we're missing, and I think this is a way to quantify what we're missing.